Start the recording. Okay, and I'll get started. So aloha, everyone, and welcome to today's Next Steps program. Before I introduce today's speaker, I would just like to mention a couple of our upcoming programs. The first one is on January 15th, we will have Natalie Kahn of Leeward Community College, who will be presenting Creating AI Tools and Resources for Librarians. So I hope you'll join us for that. And then on February 19th, we will have Mary Ramsey and Mandy Kirchgessner of Growth Gen, and they will be talking about fundraising strategies for nonprofits, museums, and libraries. So we'll be sending out the registration information and announcements about those when it gets a little bit closer to those dates. So today, I am so grateful that we have Nalani Takushi today to give us an Ikebana demonstration. And I would like to say mahalo to Keiki Meyer for she is friends with Nalani, so she arranged for Nalani to be our speaker today. And Nalani was born and raised on Oahu. She is a licensed clinical social worker who provides medical case management for homeless veterans. And she loves libraries or librarians and has done presentations for the Hawaii State Public Library System and librarians in Chile to address homelessness. So please join me in welcoming Nalani and take it away.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for letting me be part of your session today. And many years ago, 30 years, when I was much, much younger, I had this rare opportunity to get a cultural visa and study Ikebana in Japan. And at that time, it was a very, very, very rare opportunity. One is because I had to find a teacher that was willing to teach a foreigner. And, the immigration part of acquiring a cultural visa was very nerve wracking. But nonetheless, I'm so happy that I got to study my passion, which is Ikebana. And Ikebana basically is cherishing life. That's what it is. Samurai, a lot of people think that Ikebana is a female art, but it's actually a male art form. So the samurais back in the day had to study Ikebana. They also had to study tea ceremony, poetry, haiku, calligraphy, everything that kind of balanced them out. Uh, and I feel like, having this balance of like having strong aggression and then kind of soothing yourself with things like ikebana and haiku and tea ceremony. I just feel like that's like a great, great balance. And so um, I think ikebana is great for like just calming down our nervous system. And it makes us reconnect to what we know is good, which is nature. So I hope to share some of that with you today. Before I begin, I just wanted to share with you. I just came back from Japan literally like yesterday, and this is our school magazine. It's Ruseha. So Ruse, Ru means dragon, and this means the way. So it's the way of the dragon style. There's many different kinds of flower schools, but I'm very proud to be part of the Ruseha school. And the reason why is it's a very contemporary, modernized. It's not restricted. Again, free full blown expression of how you want to create your flower arrangements. But see, there's a dead leaf here. So, like, we appreciate, again, all life, even in death, like this dead leaf, we still appreciate life itself. Um, Here's another one of a bud, beautiful growing stage. And then here's another great picture of Ikebana where you see the full blown sunflower, but then you're also appreciating like the parts that are not so pretty or bright, right? So that's why I love Ikebana. Appreciate every aspect of ourselves and of nature. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna jump over to my little suiban over here. So you won't see me, but so in Ruseha, we like to use a vase. So this vase is called suiban. And as you notice, like it's not like a tall vase, it's very flat. And then I have water in here, so you can see like it's wet. And what we use is a pin frog. And so we put the pin frog in here. This is hard to find. So if you're ever serious about taking Ikebana, please let me know and I can get you a supply like this. So it's just a rectangle. It has a rubber mat so it doesn't slip and slide. Okay. And then the water level, you want the water level to be slightly above the top of the pins. So this is very dangerous because it's made out of steel pins. So you want to be very, very careful. So I'm going to put that right in the center. And I'm going to do like a little fast track version of this. So I know you get to rewatch the video, which is awesome. So I just want you to enjoy. You don't need to take notes, but just enjoy the process. So right here is some stems, and this is a protea stems. And in Ikebana, we love the number 3, okay, not 5 or 2. We love 3. And we feel 3 is like a balancing number. And there's 3 characteristics of, or points, I should say, of Ikebana. One is shin, the other one is soy, and the third one is tai. So the shin characteristic is the branch that is like the most sturdiest and upright, like towards like facing heaven. So if you could look with me, like which of the 3 branches do you feel would represent the shin point? Okay, and I know you can't feel it, so I'm gonna choose for us, but it's actually gonna be this one. This one is heavier. If you look at the stem, like it's a little bit thicker, and it was the tallest one, but I cut it short just for time's sake. So the way we measure it is like two times the width, and then one of its height. So we measure one of its heights. So right here, I'm gonna trim. Right there's just like a little bit more that I'm gonna trim, and I'm gonna do it underwater. And we call this process mizukiri. So you put your blade and the stem underneath the water, and then you cut it. Cut it this way. Okay. I'm gonna make a little incision down the middle, so it'll fit nicely in my pin frog. And I'm gonna insert it right here at the top, like at the midpoint. Okay, so I'm gonna inhale, and then when I exhale, I'm gonna push it down. Okay, so but before I do that, I want to really appreciate what I'm holding. Um, so before I insert it, I'm actually gonna turn it slightly, and I want you to enjoy this with me. Maybe this will be better. I just want you to enjoy like how I'm turning this around, so we can connect with it and admire like the back and the reds, the gradient coloring of how the red and the greens are merging together. And then I'm going to find the face of the flower, meaning like the most prettiest side to me as the artist. Okay. So I think this is the most prettiest side of this beautiful branch. So now I'm ready to insert. And again, I'm going to inhale, and on my exhale, I'm going to just firmly press down. Okay. All right. Okay. So this branch is not going to be at a 90-degree. It's going to be tilted just 10 degrees to the left. And the reason why is we just want to soften it on the eyes. And then we want to remove like 2 or 3 inches of the leaves from the bottom so we don't get hurt. We want to be able to see the canton and not hurt ourselves, so we don't need the leaves to obstruct our view. Okay, and then we're gonna pick the soy branch. So from these 2 branches, it would be the medium size branch, and I gonna pick this one, okay? And I like that this has a beautiful curve like that. It's going such a beautiful curve right here. And it'll work really well with this arrangement. So we're gonna take this soy branch And we're going to turn it upside down and measure 2/3 of the shin branch. So 2/3 would be around here. Okay, so that's my marker. And now I'm going to do Mizukiri as such. Okay. It doesn't have to be exact. And please be careful because I don't want you to snip your fingers or hurt yourself. I'm going to snip on the bottom with a little incision. Okay. And then I'm going to insert it right here. So I'm not going to do it like this because the energy of the arrangement is going to come outward, which I don't want. But I kind of want to turn it this way so that the energy goes towards the center of the arrangement. So I'm going to inhale and then I'm going to push down on the exhale. Okay. Now I'm going to bring this to my left shoulder at a 45-degree angle like that. Okay. So now we have the shin and the soy. And now we're going to do the last point, which is tie. So here's my beautiful tie branch. And it also has like a little baby branch here, which is so sweet and special. So we're going to turn this upside down and measure 2/3 of the soy branch. So that's about right here. And then now I'm going to do Mizukiri again. And you might be wondering, like, why is she cutting underwater, you know, versus just cutting it in the air? Well, what I learned in Ikebana is, the aim is to really study life, right? So in order to prolong life, you want to take excellent care of it by nourishing it with water. So when you cut in the air goes up the stem. But when you cut underwater, water goes up first, which is what we want. And we do it piece by piece. Again, we're going to remove last couple of inches on the bottom so that we can see the kenzan. And then we're going to find the pretty side of the branch. And I think this is it because I just found another baby right there. So you have the main stem and then two little babies. So cute. Looks like a family. Okay, so now I'm ready. I'm going to inhale and push down the exhale. And this time, I'm going to bring it down to my right shoulder at a 90-degree angle. Okay. Voila. Okay, so the next one is the shin flower. And you can kind of see it taking shape, right? So of the two flowers, which one do you feel represents shin? So this one here on my right is like really full and really heavy. So I'm going to pick this one. Put this one down. And I just want you to see how pretty all the little petals are with the white and the lavender touches. It's so pretty. I can't explain how pretty it is, but it's so pretty. Okay, so now we're going to measure half of the shin branch. So you're going to turn this over and then you're going to find your marker halfway. So that would be like about right here. So I'm going to do a Mizukiri again. You can find these garden shears pretty much at any store. I mean, I even bought shears at Long's. You can get them at Walmart or Home Depot. And I'm just removing the branches on the bottom. And now I'm going to look for the most prettiest side of the flower. Oh, I think I found it. I think this is it right here. Okay, so before I put it in, I just want to show you that we're going to insert it right here. Like it's not on the same level as the shin branch, but it's going to be just before it on the right side, right here where my fingertip is, okay? And then here we go. So, okay. So it's so pretty. And I'm just going to fan out the leaves, making sure that they all have their own space. And then I'm going to move on to the soy flower. So that's this one here. Turning this upside down and measuring it at half the length, which is right here. Again. Removing the stems. And then I'm going to put it again in the front of the soy branch to the right. Just fine. It's pretty right here. Oops, this leaf is coming off. So I'm also bringing it down to 40 degrees. Okay. And then my last flower will be the Thai flower. So you can see this is a pom-pom. It's a cluster of flowers. So it's going to be a little bit different and challenging at the same time. So let me remove these little ones here. And then I'm going to measure again off the length, should be right here. Okay. So here we go. So then I'm going to look again for the pretty side. So this is pretty like that, but I could see like the energy coming out of the container. So I kind of want to make it go this way just because it looks prettier. And then I'm going to put it right here at the edge. I know it's hard to see, but at the edge in the center. So, okay, this is really nice. Okay, so we're actually done here. The last step is we can't leave the Kenzan in the center of the container. So I'm gonna push with my fingers gently using the rubber mat. I'm gonna push it on the upper left corner. Okay, so it looks really nice. And it's very soft on the eyes because you're incorporating not just the floral material, but you're also incorporating the water and then the vase. So when you push it on the side, you allow those elements to kind of like come through visually. Okay, so I'm gonna transition. We can look at that for a bit. I have another special treat for you. This is a freestyle. Sorry, this is a freestyle arrangement that I'm gonna do next. And if it just falls down, you just put it back in there. All right, so I'm gonna move this over here. And so I'm bringing in this piece of a pine. Can you see? Yeah, I think you can see. It's a beautiful pine branch for Christmas. Speaking of Christmas for you folks. In case you go to the store, right? You can go to Times, Longs. I mean, they have pine branches. So I figure, oh, you might want to pick up some pine branches and make your own arrangement. So this is freestyle. And I also got some pincushion flowers, which are like this. Can you guys see? Yeah. Okay, here it is. And then here's another one there. Can you see it? All right. Okay, cool. Let me just check something real quick. Just want to make sure you guys can see. Yeah. Okay. Looks good. Okay. So this is a freestyle, and I I said the branches earlier because it's kind of slimy. It's kind of weird. It has like this soppy, slimy feeling on the bottom of the branches. So I didn't want to struggle on the camera, and I kind of pre-cut um, and pre-arranged just these three branches right here. And I thought the pin cushion would look so lovely with it. Um, so here we go. Let me just cut here. This is a woody stem. This is a protea that grows here locally. And I want to showcase like the relationship with the way that the pine needles and the pincushion is going. Like I just love that. I don't know, it's just so pretty. And then I want to put this one in here, so I'm going to make it a little shorter. And it does get messy, so make sure you have towel around to clean up spills. And I was thinking about giving this one to my dad since he helped me watch my dog on vacation. So there you go. And then, so we need three elements, right? So I was thinking, I'll put in the pom pom right there. So let me just do this. Sorry, this is an advanced move where I'm actually snapping the pom pom. That's it. There's the my two arrangements for you folks this holiday season. Um, yeah, I think I'm just gonna come up here and just so it's 12. We did that in 20 minutes. Oh my gosh. So I just wanted to maybe open up the floor and see if you folks have any questions. Sorry if it was, can you guys see it fully? Like,
I'm going to fix it.
is that good? Is that better? Yeah, okay. But you can see like the sweeping, it goes like that, right? Okay. So, yeah, I just want to be available for any questions. If you want to reach me, there's my IG account. It's Hana Aloha 808, and there's my email address. I do Ikebana workshops. Like this year, I did it 4 times, and I want to do 4 times again next year. My next class will be on Valentine's Day. So I really enjoy like doing small groups. So like if you can come by yourself, or if you want to bring a friend or family member, that's fine too. And we just do it right in the middle of my friend's store. It's a Hawaiian store. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that HLA could probably put together a group to do a group lesson with you. I know they've done that with Mari's Gardens
Mm.
to do like a group event. So we could certainly figure out how to do that with our community engagement folks. Yeah, and the Instagram and contact information is in the chat for anybody who wants that. Well, mahalo, Nalani. Those are so beautiful and so amazing. And I had no idea that it's really a combination of rules and prescriptive, but it's also, a lot of your own experience and feelings and so forth. So that's a really interesting combination. And I have a question of like, where do you get things like protea to put in these?
That's a great question. So I love to shop at Watanabe Floral. So when you walk in, there's actually like a secret tour that can take you into like this beautiful room that have very exotic flowers. Yeah, very unusual, exotic things that you commonly won't find. So just ask them, where's your refrigerator? And then they'll point to you. Yeah.
Okay. Do other folks have questions? We're getting a lot of so beautiful. Thank you so much in the chat.
Thank
Um,
you. Yeah, so I really, when I started my career in social work, I brought Ikebana to the state hospital, which is predominantly male population, and it was very popular with the guys. And so I really encourage, folks to come out. It really was a male art form in its earlier stages. It's only in the last 700 years that women were able to take part in it. So please enjoy. I hope you can come say hi, on Valentine's Day. Just even just waving like that would make me so happy to see a librarian. um, yeah, and any other questions that you have about the equipment, or I kind of went through it very quickly, just for time's sake. Um, but yeah, any other questions you have? Just anyone.
Sorry, what was the name of the flower shop again?
Oh, Watanabe Floral. It's on Dillingham Highway, Dillingham and Women's Highway. There's two locations. One is in Honolulu and the other one is in Waipahu. Don't go to the Waipahu one. Go to the Honolulu one. You won't be disappointed.
are there any other questions or comments or maybe Nalani, you could talk for a minute about just how you work with the people who, if in a therapeutic way with Ikebana?
Sure, yeah, thank you so much. Um, I've been doing this for 30 years. And so I went to Japan, right, and learned Ikebana first. And then when I came home, I got my master's degree in social work. And then I did my practicum at the state hospital. And it was there I was invited to the garden therapy program where I was able to experiment things that I didn't learn in Japan. So one of the things that I learned um, was that it could really bring like the clinician and the client closer together in a very soft way. Um, I don't want to get too clinical, but I just knew like there was something there. And when I tried to do research on that, there was no publication, there was no white paper or research paper done on the therapeutic effects of Ikebana. So that's something that I would really like to explore more later. Um, yeah, I felt like my time at the state hospital showed me how I could reach a person's heart much more quicker than just talk story. You know, in Hawaii, we don't. It's not really in our DNA to talk story. We don't really want to talk about ourselves. But I just found that Ikebana was just one avenue to just kind of like be comfortable and just I don't know. It felt like it was smooth sailing from that point. So it's this concept of like reconnecting with nature or like gazing at a flower. Like, for example, what I learned along the way is like flowers have like symmetry, right? It's kind of like a mandala. And our brains are wired to admire and relish nature. You know, there's something calming about when we look at patterns like this. It does something to our nervous system. Here's a great one. Let's see, if there's just something beautiful about it that catches our attention. So I know for me personally, um, it's very calming. I noticed that I slept better and I was dreaming more, uh, more vivid dreams. So that's when I knew that there was something special about this art. And then as time went on, um, I kind of incorporated a bunch of things. So I'm kind of branching or experimenting with this term. I want to call it like Aloha floral therapy, where I can integrate a meditation or an orientation, which is very soft, while connecting with nature, which is non-intrusive. You know, so very calm, non-intrusive, non-judgmental approach when working with people. Yeah, sorry, that was a mouthful.
Oh, mahalo. That's very interesting. Are there any other questions or comments?
Nalani, so you said there are three elements when you do your Ikebana. Is that the same thing? Like some of them talk about like the heaven and the earth and something
Yes,
that
heaven, man, and earth.
heaven,
So
man, and earth.
Shin would be heaven,
Uh-huh.
Soy would be man, and then Tai would be earth.
Oh,
Um, Shin is like that branch just is very straight and upright. And then Soy, which is like man, is more on the relaxed form. So it has like that 40-degree angle. And then earth is like the grounding. So it has like, it's kind of like the closest to the container or closest to the ground. Yeah. So that'd be Tai. So those 3 points is like the foundational points of Ikebana. And that's how you're able to create harmony within the arrangement. Because before I did Ikebana, I tried doing an arrangement and it just didn't work out at all. But now you have like a foundation point, you have a mathematical calculation, like it's foolproof. So even if you're not good at art, or good with crafts, anyone can make an Ikebana arrangement. Yeah.
thank you, because your arrangement is very beautiful.
Well, thank you, but you can do one too. I would love, I would love if you folks tried after today and, send me pictures or whatever. I'd be so happy. Yeah. Just to see what you came up with.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, are there
Um,
any other questions? Oh,
yeah, my question, you're doing so good on time.
yeah. Well, thank you so much. That was so beautiful and so, you just gave us a really good overview of all the different elements of this, and aside from the beauty, the whole mindset of creating this art. So I would like to say mahalo nui loa to you, Nalani, for doing this for us today. We really appreciate your taking the time to share your artistry with us. Mahalo.
Thank you, guys. And thank you for all that you do as a public servant, serving everyone, embracing everyone. I really, really appreciate every one of you. If it wasn't for librarians, just quick story, one librarian really saw the value in what we did and would offer us the parking lot, to meet our clients. So I really want to say thank you so, so much for being understanding um, with our homeless population. And, it takes all of us, to do just one little part to make things better. So thank you so much.
Okay, mahalo.
All right. Take care, everyone. Happy holidays.
Yes, everybody have a great holiday and thanks for coming.
Bye.